photo view of watch.
They look good in the parade this morning.
It does, unique. The only vehicle in the parade hasn't got a rubber tyres.
Damn, I wish I'd seen that.
Surprisingly, it doesn't do any damage to the bitumen.
Oh, I wish I'd seen that. That's amazing.
Stand back, Buzz.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's going to blow up.
He's going to put that in first.
Get red and black going the right way and it'll be fine.
I'm sure he's done this a zillion times before.
Yeah. Does it start as soon as he touches it, does it? Oh no, it's got a switch. Okay.
So between this and me, we clock up 176 years.
That's counting the car.
Wow.
Right, we've got ignition on. Fuel pump on.
So the separate battery for the fuel pump. Right, okay.
Yeah, normally it's that way.
Yeah, but it's all right.
Right, when you're ready, then.
Wow, that is impressive.
There you go.
That is fabulous. Superb, isn't it? Wow. Yeah, it's
It's amazing,
amazing.
America.
Yeah. This makes it all worthwhile. I just sort of stopped in because I've been meaning to come here for a long, long time. But
Oh,
this is
yeah.
wow.
I believe not many of them people seeing this
Absolutely.
when it's moving.
Absolutely.
Yeah. How many? 72 plus. Almost 100 years, isn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Still moving. This is great.
You saw it in the parade this morning, did you?
No, actually I missed it. Yeah,
Okay.
my car broke down. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, but might be another one happening. Do you think? Yeah, in the
Probably, yeah.
afternoon.
They probably do it every year. That's just wow.
Great museum here.
Oh yes, it sure is.
Government will fund it very
Yeah, yeah. And I admire these old guys that stay here and keep the equipment going. Are you interested?
That's right. I know it's a very hard work to do.
Yeah. Have you been out to Old Petrie Town?
Not yet.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's worth a
Is
look.
it?
That's
Oh,
that's
okay.
impressive. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually going to volunteer to work on the steam traction engines out there, but I haven't done so yet. Been too lazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I used to live in the middle of the city side in Brisbane.
Yeah.
But there is about once a month in the beginning of Saturday or Sunday, little choo-choo train goes from city
Okay.
to the Ipswich.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Oh,
so
wow.
many people just sitting on it,
Yeah,
adult and
yeah.
children, and then still keep going.
Yeah. Oh, you just got to get out and see these things, don't you? That, yeah. Wow. Look at that! I saw it. Look at the size of it. Oh my god! Holy shit! Excellent.
Thank you so much.
That's where she lives.
Very nice to see it.
There's my eyes.
Yeah, team effort.
So about me buying it for my new camper van.
Do you want to exchange? I don't think so.
Oh dear.
Take this. Yeah. So it's in made in USA.
That's fabulous.
Yeah.
Would you like to climb up and sit up here?
Oh, is it okay? Well,
Sure.
that's a really big treat for me. And can you
Too
take
many of them in
photo with
Australia.
Or the world, I would imagine.
Do you mind
That's
if I
fascinating.
ask you to take
Certainly,
photo?
yes, certainly.
It's just a bit different program. You need to click the arrow after that.
Okay,
Yeah.
Come around this side.
Yeah, okay.
okay.
There is a step.
I'll do it.
Step on this one
This
first.
one. Yep.
Yes. Then up on this one.
Oh, this one?
Yeah, and as you're going up, you have
Up
to,
here? Yeah.
yeah, but you have to hold on to the,
Yeah. Sure.
that upright.
Yeah, right in front.
Hold on to the wheel.
Yeah, okay. So this one,
Yeah.
this one. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh, somebody's practice here. Huh. Yay. So it's a left-hander because it's American made.
Yes.
Oh, okay. And then accelerator and then gear.
Yeah.
Okay. Whew.
I've taken lots of them, so just delete the ones you don't want.
Thank you.
No worries, that is superb.
Wow.
See if I can get the.
It's just amazing. And then lots of log they can carry. Yeah.
50 ton.
50 tons.
There's some pictures down the back there when you come down, you can have a look.
Did you want your
Yeah,
camera
thank
again?
you so much.
No worries at all.
Yeah.
Oops.
Oh yeah, thank you so much. You took many of them.
Yeah.
Very nice of you.
Okay.
Oh, wow. And it's still moving. Almost 100 years old, isn't it?
95.
95 years old. Wow.
So where would the main logging have been carried out around here?
Mostly in the late 1800s and early 1900s.
Locally or?
Timber.
Don't
mistake.
Oh,
You
okay.
go from south of Laidley here and you look way down Mulgowie Valley to that big blue mountain range.
Okay.
Down on the right there, that's Mountain State Range. And a lot of the timber was cut out there and dragged down with bullock teams.
Yeah.
And then in 1928, they built this, and a year or two later they got a few of them over here.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
they slowly, it didn't replace them totally, but it was a bit more convenient with this type of thing rather than
Yeah.
bullocks, but the bullocks still would survive for
Yeah.
quite a while.
It's amazing to think of like bullocks dragging timber, and it was relatively recently. You know, I mean.
Yeah, my grandfather, he had a bullock team.
Yeah.
Up in the Wallam, north of Noosa,
Yeah.
all in that area there.
Different world, eh?
It
Different world.
is different world, changing quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like everything in the village here.
Yeah.
Like we say, step back in time, because this is all the old time stuff. You think of, you come here and have a look at that's Yeah, they keep diesel. a bullock-drawn wagon. They used to put logs on there. Now you come and have a look way back in them old days, late 1800s. How many logs?
Come and have a look down this way.
How, six.
Yeah.
6 logs. Now you come and have a look. There's 3 high. You wonder how they loaded them back in the old days. Look at the tonnage in that and the height of this. They put big like planks up like that and run the chains down around them, and then take the bullock team around the other side and pull the chains like that, and they'd roll the logs up on top. They'd have 2 big pieces of timber there chained to the wagon, and the log would roll against it, and they'd roll another one up and chain them down, and then put 2 more planks on top and put 2 more on top of that.
It must have been incredible.
Incredible.
Yeah, an incredible sight, hey?
This was a modern.
That's this old girl here.
Oh, that's a tough one.
This was a modern one. See, but have a look at this one.
That's a whole. No, cow is.
Bullock, yeah.
Wow.
And that's it here.
Oh.
And those big steep ranges coming up there, full of logs, I reckon, quite
I
often.
have to come back.
The
Oh,
hill
and all
would
the
go up
rules.
like that and level off. And when she got up near the top, it would tick the front wheels off the ground, about 4 feet off the ground.
Thank you
And
so
she would
much.
stand
What's
on
your
the-
name?
John.
stand
John.
on the back end of the front.
Oh,
and then-
yeah. Okay. I'll come back to see you again.
Whereabouts are you from?
I'm from
Yeah.
Brisbane, Bindi.
Oh, okay.
Not far away, about hour and a half.
Yeah, well,
A
come.
few big
The
logs
best
right on
time
the
is
side.
Wednesday if you can.
Okay.
We have all the volunteers come in
Yeah.
and we put on lunch for them.
Yeah.
Oh.
So come and join us for lunch.
Okay. Thank you.
Spend
so
all
much.
day.
Yeah. Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
they did
I'll drive
that
my
thing with the
car.
equipment.
Thank you so much.
Now
You're
they
welcome.
hydraulic
Thank you.
everything.
That's right. And nothing left to use it all, unfortunately.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's how the towns were built, and the timber industry
Thank you
kept
so
people
much.
in
See you
jobs.
soon.
Okay, bye. What's your
What they've
name?
got to do
My
now,
name is
because there's more people, means more logging. They've got to find other ways of housing people and look after the scrub.
Yeah, for sure.
But
For sure.
what they gradually seem to be doing is changing over to what they call forestry timber, where it's trees deliberately grown for timber, rather than have to clear it out of the scrub.
Yeah.
But some of them, they're not all bad. Some of those old timber getters, they knew what they were doing. They'd selectively clear stuff.
Yeah.
They just pick certain trees
Yeah.
and leave the rest. There is some sort of clear felling,
Yeah.
but that's sort of the exception rather than the rule.
Yeah.
That's where the real bad
Well,
reputation comes from.
yeah. There's always bad industry.
But it's getting better as time goes on, and those things that they are doing, the lifestyle that was damaging the environment, is changing.
Yeah.
They're changing as fast as they can without upsetting society.
Yeah.
They can't change overnight.
That's right.
Like they
That's
can't
right.
change.
Exactly.
They can't change from coal to wind and solar overnight.
That's right.
There'd just be blackouts everywhere.
Yeah, of course.
They've got to keep it going and gradually shift over. What they really need, this is only my personal opinion, is slowly replace the coal-fired power stations, leave them there, and just replace it with nuclear.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's safe. There's countries right around the world, France, Germany, they've got heaps of nuclear power stations. There was 2 disasters in the world, and they are real old technology.
Yes.
One was because of an earthquake, and they wouldn't have to run all these new transmission lines with all these solar panels, millions of solar panels and these big windmills up along the mountain ranges. It's costing hundreds of millions to put in the transmission lines to take the electricity there
Yeah.
to the substations.
Yeah.
With the coal-fired stations, it's already there.
Yeah.
All they've got to do is change over from all they're doing is heating water to create steam to drive the
Yeah.
generators.
Yeah.
They just change from coal to nuclear to generate the heat, and everything else stays the
Yeah.
same.
I was looking.
They'll
Sorry.
gradually change over.
We are, yeah. I was looking at solar farms out along the waterfall way down past Armadale there,
Yeah.
and it's the same thing. You know, they've got all these solar panels, but you know, you should be having hedgerows between them to keep the wildlife. You know, instead of just knocking
Another
everything
thing
down.
with solar panels, they can never get away from the fact that, well, just in Queensland here, they've just recently put in a 1 million panel solar farm.
Yeah,
But even if they put 10 million in or 100 million, as soon as the sun goes off until the sun rises,
That's right.
a good half the day they generate nothing.
that's right. That's
And
right.
people don't stop using electricity at night, do they?
That's right.
That's when more electricity is used, because everybody's got the lights on, they're home cooking tea, and they want everybody to get rid of their petrol, diesel cars and get electric cars. They drive around during the day and come home, and what happens? They all want to plug them into power at night to charge them overnight when the solar panels aren't working.
That's right.
So they've got to work that out.
Yeah. I'll tell you a stupid story. I put solar panels on the boat. Quite expensive, you know, brand new solar panels. I'm, they look so good. I must protect them and keep them looking good. Oh no, I'll put a cover on them. Hang on, maybe I won't.
Everything has got pluses and minuses, but there's got to be a mix.
Yeah.
So if one is down, the wind is not blowing, or it's night time, or it's daytime, and there's a cyclone out there, and we get about a week or 10 days of cloudy, rainy weather, the solar panels don't do much.
That's right.
So you've got to have backup for them.
Yeah.
And the only way to back it up, Australia's the flattest country on earth, so we haven't got mountain ranges to put hydro. That's another difference. So the only way is to replace coal with nuclear. They've just got to get away from this nuclear scare
Paranoia,
tactics.
yeah. I mean, nuclear is bad, but, you know, I mean,
If it goes wrong.
yeah.
But so is petrol. People can burnt with petrol. What about LP gas?
Sure.
Look at all the gas in the world. Barbecues everywhere, caravans, motorhome, all LP gas. That's one of the most dangerous fuels you can use.
Yeah.
If it springs a leak, it can give you a third-degree burns bad enough to kill you without it igniting.
Yeah.
If it ignites, it's just like napalm.
Yeah.
But if LP gas was just invented now, the authorities wouldn't let
wouldn't
the
let them do
average
it.
person use it. You'd have to be fully qualified to use it. You have to set it up. But to use it, some people can change the gas bottle on the barbecue, but if they don't do that right, you get a gas leak around that area and somebody's smoking or whatever, it's a spark,
Yeah.
boom.
Yeah.
So nuclear is not as bad as they think, what they say.
Certainly not by comparison, yeah. But it's interesting though, isn't it? It's interesting to sort of think about all of this stuff.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, at least people are thinking about it these days. You know,
There is something getting done, but I think what throws a spanner in the works sometimes is vested interest.
Yes.
You know, some people think of solar or wind as the big thing coming, so they'll invest a heap of money in the technology to build windmills. And then if they say, well, they don't work when the wind's blowing, so we're going nuclear, they think, well, we've invested in the wrong thing, so they push it buggery and try and demonise nuclear to protect their financial interests.
That's right. That's right.
There's all that mix in it.
You've also got to worry about with wind that, you know, interrupting weather patterns. You know, I mean, if you put too much of this stuff up, you start to cause different problems.
You do. You do.
Yeah. But anyway, it's fabulous to see this. Yeah.
You go through the village here.
Yeah.
There's plenty of stuff in the village here that they used and they lived a successful life before electricity. All the old kerosene lamps and whatnot, all that type of stuff.
That's fascinating. I love coming to places like this. It's great. This saw blade that they go, that's
out of a bandsaw out of a sawmill.
Yeah. God,
A big lump of equipment.
All right, well, thank you very much. Nice to meet you.
That's good.
I will keep walking and
Please enjoy it.
thank you. No, it's great. Fabulous. I love seeing the machinery working. We were out at one, there's one out near Boona, and they got their steam engine up running for us and everything because we were interested. Yeah, that's the one. I love seeing this stuff working. It's great.
Well, we get volunteers in here on special days. Australia Day, we get as much work in as we can, and we have each year we have our Heritage Festival, which is mid-April every year. This year it was the 22nd of April. That's the Lockyer Valley's Heritage Festival, and we get all the volunteers in, and everything's working. All the small engines there, the old putt-putt engines driving the corn thrashers. You get the blacksmith making horseshoes. I get all the dairy stuff out. Separators, cream churns and stuff, and make some butter. Cream with the old 100-year-old churns and stuff. And we get what else? Down this way here, Linda usually gets the old wash tub and the timber scrub board. And she dresses up in period clothes and shows the people how washing was done in Great Grandma's day. That type of stuff.
I want to get my lazy ass out and do some volunteering. I went to Petrie Village a while ago, and I actually got my name down to volunteer out there with the steam traction engines. Even just to go out and chop firewood or something, you know, just to make
be part of it. It gives you an interest. And you know you're helping the community by preserving the past and creating some place for people to come to be entertained by that old time stuff, because if it wasn't for places like this, most of this stuff would either end up in the dump, and the steel, all that steel there would end up in the scrappy, melted down for...
No, it's awful.
Have
you been to the Caloundra Aero Museum recently?
Caloundra? Not for a while, not for a few years.
I went up there a couple of weeks ago, and they got some amazing stuff there. Same problem though, you know, they're getting the money, you know, to keep stuff undercover.
Yeah, that's right. We're helped a bit by the council, but for major expenses here we've got to apply for grants. You know, there's different gambling fund grant, and there's different organisations give grants for organisations and societies like this that are a not-for-profit society. We just exist for the good of the community and keep this place alive for tourism in the Valley.
That truck there, should that be thinking disappear for scrap? That would be an absolute crying shame.
Exactly.
It'd be dreadful.
My word. Well, even the wagons. If you look in the wagon shed there, you'll see the cream milk delivery cart hooked up to the horse. That was heading for the scrap heap when they dropped it in here. And that's because it was sitting up behind their shed there for decades, and some of the spokes in the wheels and the felloes around the wheels were rotted away, part of the body. And they said, well, we're going to dump it, but have a look at it, and if you think you can fix it, you can have it. So they dropped it in here. One of the first jobs I had here 5 years ago was helping Barry to strip that right down, replace any rotted wood and rebuild it. We put got a couple of cream cans. There's been none around with the taps in it, of course, so I cut a couple of holes in and got some real old taps and put them in, like the Milko would have had, to go around the house, filling up the little jugs and billies on the verandas back in the olden days. Yeah, sort of keep that type of thing alive.
Yeah. A question for you. You're obviously to do with dairy. There's little box on bloody stilts outside a lot of properties. My mum said there was something to do with picking up the cream from the...
Yeah, cream shed.
Okay.
They put the cans of cream in there to keep the sun off them before the cream carter come, because in the old days a lot of those little dairies were way up in the scrub, and the cream carter would only call 3 days a week. That's why they had, each farm had what they call a cream shed. That's our little cream shed down here, just this side of the cow bales. And they put the cream in there and store it, but there was no refrigeration, so those little sheds were built with gauze mesh around just under the ceiling, under the roof, and then they had shutters where the couple of windows are, and they'd hang cash and bags there and wet them down so the breeze coming through would keep it cool.
So they just put it like in metal urns, or?
Yeah, in cream cans. They're tinned 8-gallon cans, like down in the cow. Have you seen the cow?
I haven't. No, I haven't. I'll go and have a look in a minute.
Yeah, down here. I'll come and show you.
It's great having people around that know what these things are. I mean, half the stuff that's here, I don't even know what it is, you know.
Yeah, well, it's an interest for us too to explain it to people who haven't been involved in that, because this type of thing is going out. Cow bales like this were replaced by herringbone bales in about the 1970s. And
I'm sorry, what are you referring to here? Cow bale?
Cow bales. I'll show you down the bottom first. The bottom shed more or less comes before this shed.
Okay.
But this is the milking shed.
Oh yeah.
It's only a small dairy.
This is your cream can?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
4 gallon. This is the milking shed. We run the cows in there, put the chain around her so she can't back out. Put a leg rope on her, and then you usually have a bucket of warm water there, and you wash any dirt off the tits, put the cups on, and then the milking machines create a vacuum that sucks the milk up here into that bowl.
Okay.
And then when the cow is giving a lot of milk, you can see the milk flooding through there, and then when it drops down, just a couple little spurts like that,